Task number 6, technical documentation. One vital skill to acquire is to look up official documentation. Now, this is probably the absolute best thing that you can do for any kind of utility tool, application, software, whatever you use. Just knowing how to navigate the official documentation is probably the best. We will cover a few examples of official documentation pages. Linux manual pages. Long before the internet was everywhere, how would you get help using a command in a Linux or a Unix-like system? The answer will be checking the manual pages. Manual page for short. Man, right? The man command. On Linux and every Unix-like system, each command is expected to have a man page. In fact, man pages also exists for system calls, library functions, and even configuration files. So you can use the man tool even for system calls, library functions, and config files. Let's say we want to check the manual page for the command IP. We issue the command man IP. The screenshot below shows the page we receive. We might want to start the attack box and run man IP on the terminal. Press Q to quit. So this is what you will see if you press the command man IP on a Linux system. If you prefer to read the man page of IP, the web in your web browser, just type man IP in your favorite search engine. This page might be at the top of the results. So basically, this one, the linux.net. Here we have actually the options that we can use with the IP. Basically, what we see in the manual of the IP command. The attack box is a Linux system accessible from your browser. Clicking on the start attack box will display the attack, right? So how do you start the machine? Yeah, so we just start the attack box. All right, let's start the virtual machine and wait for it to finish loading. And until then, we'll go for Windows. Microsoft Windows provides an official technical documentation page for its products. The screenshot below shows the search result for the command ipconfig. Here you have it in Learn Microsoft Learn Windows Server and Windows commands, and we have ipconfig. You can see here you can filter by many other commands, and here you can see something similar that we see on the Linux system, but for Windows. Product documentation. Every popular product is expected to have well-organized documentation. This documentation provides an official and reliable source of information about the product features and functions. Example includes Nord official documentation, Apache HTTP server documentation, PHP documentation, Node.js documentation. So just examples of different kind of tools or servers with the official documentation. It is always rewarding to check the official documentation as it is the most up-to-date and offers the most complete product information. This is exactly the first things why you should be proficient and understand how to search in official documentation, because it's the most up-to-date and offers the most complete product information. Pretty simple. What does the command Linux command cat stand for? Well, we copy that, we enter here site search, we press cat, and here we see concatenate files and print on the standard output. So cat stands for concatenate. What is the netstat parameter in MS Windows that displays the executable associated with each active connection and listening port? We go over here in the filter, we press netstat, and now we say executable, right? Active connection and listening port, keywords, right? We see active displays all active TCP connections and TCP and UDP ports on which the port is listening, right? Is -A. Parameter we need to display the executable associated with each active connection and listenable and listening port. Oh, if you check under the, it's -B, displays the executable involved in creating each connection or listening port. Again, you have to be you have to pay close attention to the explanation. And you can see here exactly what we are looking for in the official documentation. In some case, well-known executables host multiple independent components, and in cases, a sequence of components involving creating the connection or listening port is displayed. In this case, the executable name is in the bottom on the top. The component is called, okay. Yeah, okay. So here we see the executable, the process, and here we see the type of the connection, TCP or UDP and ports. Cool. Now, if we see, let's see, we have the machine. And here we say man CD, for example. Manual for LS. All right. List directory contents. Here at the bottom, you can also press H to see more things. If you press H, you can see, for instance, shortcuts, right? How can you navigate with this and just you know, the same shortcuts but in a more structured way. There is even a manual for the manual page, right? Also, what we have, it's basically info, for instance, for list. This is just another way to read information about the commands on Linux, but more on this later.